Hey friends, welcome to my channel. Let's get crafting. You are going to take 5 popsicle sticks, lay them out evenly spaced, and then you're going to take a 6th one and make it at an angle to create a roof line. These will slide a little bit because you're not hot gluing them in place, and then you're just going to create pencil lines so you know where to cut off the excess that you don't need. You're going to have 2 shorter ones, 2 taller ones, and then the popsicle stick that is in the center point, you're not cutting it at all. Once you've got all of those things cut out, you're ready to move on to assembling, and I just used my scissors because I found that it's easiest to cut them this way. Now, popsicle sticks with hot glue, when you put them on the wood, it dries really quickly, so I recommend only doing 1 dot at a time. It'll make your project look much better without having dried, caked on glue, and things will lay flat and even. So I'm doing them 1 at a time. I did the outer walls first, then I did the center point, and then I'm doing the middle sticks. I don't know what to call these, but basically the middles. And then to make it really strong and sturdy, I'm going to reinforce the back with some more hot glue and then another popsicle stick. This is going to lock the walls all into place and make it really high quality versus it just falling apart. Now we're going to work at the roof line. Take a popsicle stick and lay it at the top. Create that little line that you need, and then you're going to lay them on top of each other and you're going to trace it. And I like doing it this way because we're going to miter these edges together, and we want to make sure we have a perfect seamless miter edge. And so you can see when I put them next to each other, they're going to be the same size, and then when you flip it over and mirror the image, it creates a roof line. So I'm going to just add that hot glue really quick and get that roof line on so it doesn't dry, and make sure you leave enough room for both of that roof line at the very tip top to meet together on the middle stick. If you have any excess, make sure you wipe it away if it's cool enough to the touch. Otherwise you can use a popsicle stick to clean up any excess glue that spills out. Once you've got those in place, you're going to flip it over and then add 2 more of those miter corner roof lines to the other side so that it's really strong and sturdy, and again looks store-bought. Now I want to make it look even stronger and long-lasting and pretty, so I'm going to add some hot glue to the bottom, making sure I fill in any of those little holes. And this is great if you plan on painting it, but make sure you just clean up any excess glue with an extra popsicle stick. Now I decided to paint mine with some brown paint and watered it down to create more of a stained look versus a pigmented solid paint look. We're going to go ahead and move on to the star. I'm terrible at drawing stars, so I like to do the continuous line star, and then cutting it out is way easier than trying to create your 5 points yourself. I really struggle with that. Then I'm going to add just any color paint I have on hand that's light colored, and I'm going to sprinkle some glitter on it because why not? We want our star to be sparkly for baby Jesus. Once you've got that done, you'll let it dry to the side, and then you're going to take some twine and some hot glue, and you're going to create your little loop to be able to hang up your ornament on your tree. And it's really simple. You're just going to put a little hot glue up at the top peak, and it's going to just sneak right down in there between those popsicle sticks, and then you can add your star to the top. I am not the originator of this next idea, but I've seen these all over online, and I wanted to make my own version of them because I just think they're so pretty, and I wanted to add it to my tree. So again, all of these supplies came from the Dollar Tree except for the fabric and the boxwood stems that came from a vine. And to get started, you're going to take some twine. You're going to cut off the existing hanging gold ribbon that was on these ornaments from the Dollar Tree, and you're just going to make one with some twine. Now to get your measurement right, you're going to lay your ornament on your fabric. You're going to pull your fabric up to the side so you know how wide it needs to be cut, and then you can kind of eyeball by folding it over, knowing that you're going to need this size. Now this ornament that I picked up from the Dollar Tree is a 5-inch ball. but the fabric that I'm going to be cutting, I'm going to be making it bigger than that. I'm going to be going with a 14-inch wide square. So to hot glue it on, you're going to put one dot at a time, because again, we're working with plastic and hot glue and it dries really quickly. I'm just gluing on these 4 corners first, the flat sides, and then where the points are, the peaks, I'm going to pull them in and just keep working and pleating it in and gluing it into place, just like this. And you're going to continue it around all 4 sides, making sure that everything is pulled nice and tight. And then once everything is all nice and snug in there and glued down, you are then going to take some more, surprise, surprise, that white beaded garland. And I'm just going to hot glue it down into place first. I put a little dot there. I actually forgot to show that. And then I'm going to just keep twisting it around and pulling it nice and tight down where the little nub is, where you put that twine earlier. It kind of allows it to hold on there nice and tight. And then just hot glue a little bit more, twisting it all into place, and then you're ready to embellish this ornament a little bit more. So here I am again with my boxwood little stem leaves. I just think these are so pretty. I love the way these look for Christmas. And then after I've got 2 of them on there, I'm going to just twist that down into place, making sure it locks it in really well, because these things, trying to glue them on fabric, do not naturally want to stay. They're just too bulky, and the materials just, I don't know, they don't want to lock into each other. And then I'm going to take some of these little berries that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I didn't show it, I forgot to show that part, but I also twisted that on. And then once those were all hot glued and twisted into place, I took the ends of my beaded garland, and once again, on this ornament, like I did with the other one, I just twisted it up on my finger and then curly cubed it, stretched it out a little bit, and then just shaped it to the way I wanted. And then to finish the look, I added a bow onto the ornament, and voila, it is beautiful. Now, the Dollar Tree carries this rope, and I love it. When I discover if you untwist it, it thins out the thickness of the rope, and one piece is perfect for the consistency of wrapping around these candy canes that you can also pick up there. So I went over the end and kind of frayed out that rope just a little bit to cover it, put a line of hot glue, and then just started wrapping around your candy cane. Now beware, you're working with hot glue. You're going to actually see me burn my finger in just a second. I put my finger right in it. Duh, Heidi. But I know we all have those moments, so just be careful when you're working with the hot glue. Once you get to the end, you're going to put some hot glue right on the tip of it, and again, work really carefully and cautiously. See how I twist it all the way into a circle, and then I'm going to snip it off, put down some hot glue, make sure it's not too hot, and then press that rope right into place. To decorate this candy cane and to make it look a little more special, I took these berries that were on a floral stem, and I just pulled off what I didn't need so I can get a little bit more coverage for hot glue. I put down a piece of greenery that I got from the Twist greenery ties that they also sell at the Dollar Tree. And then I just glued in the berries, which made it look so adorable. Then to finish the look, I decided to tie on some ribbon, and I just think this looks so pretty. Now this ribbon didn't come from the Dollar Tree, but they have a lot of Christmas ribbon options there. I also decided to add a button for my button collection. Can you tell that I like collecting them? With a little bit of hot glue and a button on it, it completes the look. DIY. I'm going to be taking a large ornament from the Dollar Tree and some canvas type fabric, and then I'm going to be using my rotary blade, and I'm going to cut out a whole bunch of strips. Now once I've got those all cut out, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take 2 pieces of that and I'm going to hot glue that down at the bottom because we don't want to see the very bottom of the ornament, and you're going to see why in just a second. So once I've glued those pieces on, I'm now going to take a line of hot glue, a bead of hot glue. Well, I would say a line, not a bead, because that would be like a little dot. Maybe, I don't know. What would be the right word for that? Leave it down below, friends. You're always so good to me by helping correct anything I say weird here on my channel. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I'm going to do that line of hot glue, and then you can see as I'm scrunching it along the hot glue to create a pleated effect. Then I wanted to make sure that the bottom looks nice and finished and polished, so I'm going to go underneath it and just put a little bit of hot glue around that circle, and then I'm going to take my popsicle stick or whatever you have just to press it down into place. Then we're going to keep working our way up the side of the ornament. We are going to continue to do that line of hot glue, and then we're going to pleat on the next row, and you're just going to keep doing this over and over until we get all the way up to the very top. Now I've learned that you didn't have to go pulling it back and forth, back and forth. You just do the line of glue and just kind of keep scrunching it and pushing it over and sliding it through the hot glue, and it'll allow it to just stick beautifully to the ornament, and it has a nice pleated effect naturally without having to sit there pleating it back and forth. Then when you get to the top and you're on the last one, you're going to come all the way up to the top of the ornament, and you're just going to continue to do the same thing, working in that tighter quarters. And then to really finish off the look, I went ahead and took a rope from the Dollar Tree, untwisted it because there's 3 inside of that thick rope, and then I'm going to go ahead and just coil that and wrap that all around the whole top of the ornament. This ornament is so high-end boutique looking for that farmhouse look. It's incredible how much they charge for these, and this truly was like $1.50 to make. Could you imagine a whole bunch of these? Oh, they could be so beautiful for Christmas. Then simply add your little twist knot up at the top to hang it up. Now this next craft, I'm really excited about it because there are some of these really beautiful big ornaments that I see people hanging sometimes on their front doors, on their porch, sometimes hanging somewhere in their home. We are going to take all of these random pieces and make some beautiful large vintage farmhouse ornaments. So what we're going to do to start for the first one is we're going to use 2 of these cups from the Dollar Tree, a large ornament from the Dollar Tree, and then these little cups, I like to call them sacrament cups. They remind me of the little cups that we use at church when we take the sacrament. So I'm going to be using 2 of those, and you can see that I'm using my E6000 and some hot glue for the long-term, short-term hold. And once you've got everything in place, you've got the 2 cups, the 2 bowls, and the ornament, then you're going to add back on your cap. So you can see here I'm using some hot glue. Now beware when you put the hot glue on the metal cap from the ornament, it will burn your fingers because you're just heating up metal, and fingers on metal that's hot will burn you. So now we're going to move on to the next ornament. I'm going to use some champagne cups from the Dollar Tree, a large ornament, 2 sacrament cups, and then 2 bottoms from the champagne glasses. So you're going to see here that I'm putting the 2 champagne glasses, one on the top and the bottom of the ball, and then I'm coming back in with the 2 extra bottoms from the champagne glasses, and I'm just putting those all together. And then at the bottom I added on one of those little sacrament cups like I called earlier, and we're going to just glue them all into place so everything is nice and snug on there with our glue. Now at the very top you're going to go ahead and add on again that metal piece, so that way it's nice and secure and has a way to be able to hang up our ornaments. Now these are actually really lightweight, which is really awesome because they are all these clear pieces of plastic that you're seeing me work with. So now we're going to make one more size of these ornaments. It's going to be the smallest one. I'm taking this long, I think they're like long shot glasses. I don't know. I don't drink alcohol, but it's these longer They look like shot glasses to me. And then a smaller ornament, a sacrament cup. That's kind of weird to say, a shot glass with a sacrament cup. I don't know. We're going to just keep moving forward from that. And then you're going to put the top on. So here all three of them are. You can see how they all have different sizes, but they all have a consistent look to them. And now to tie them all together, we're going to take some of this bling from the craft section at the Dollar Tree, and we are going to wrap it around all of the joints because we want to hide that they're all these different pieces. When you put this on, it's going to conceal that seam line, and it's going to give the coolest texture ever. Now these type of ornaments, for one, can start anywhere from $25 and go all the way up to $100 depending on their size. These are the really big ornaments that you would see on like the Christmas trees at Disneyland, and I just think they're so cool how big they are, but I don't want to pay the price for these ornaments. So now at the round part, you can see that I ended up doing an X pattern on the actual ornament, the round ornament, and then right at their joining point I came down the champagne glass and wrapped it around. So basically anywhere where you have a joint or an edge, you're going to go ahead and put some of the bling. Then I took them outside and I spray painted them a really pretty Christmas red, and I'm gonna now go in and I'm going to distress with white. Now I love distressing with white. I don't get to do it too often, but whenever I do, it just has the coolest effect when you work with a really bright color. It really helps almost calm the color down some. It makes it look more vintage looking, and I think it looks so pretty. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our small paintbrush and we're just tapping it on top of that bling so it goes into all of those grooves and crevices, and then you're going to wipe away any extra that is too much because you want to still be able to see the red coming through. Now we're going to take some of these tie garlands that you can get at the Dollar Tree. I love these things whenever they come out. I always try to grab a bunch of them because I use them all throughout the Christmas season. And then here's that berry garland that you all know I love so much. I'm going to sneak that through the very top where our little holder or our little loop is to be able to hang up our ornament, and then I'm going to twist it all on, and then I wrap it around my finger to get this coiled look, and I'm just going to keep playing with it until I get the look that I like. Now we're also going to be adding on some ribbon to make it look really pretty and give it that Christmassy look. So I have this Believe ribbon, and again that buffalo check ribbon that the Dollar Tree is carrying for the Christmas season. And then to make it look extra special, I'm also going to add on some lace to be able to hang it up. And then, because I always try to find a way to sneak in little buttons and little details, we're going to add a button to the center of our bow. Now I don't want my lace to move, so I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue and pull the knot down to kind of conceal that at the bottom. I want the top of the ribbon loop to be really pretty. And then the Dollar Tree over at the checkout area always has their buttons, so I'm going to add on green buttons in the middle of each one, and all together with these three different sizes, it creates the most beautiful look. These can be really pretty on a table, they can be pretty hung up on a huge Christmas tree if you have a really big one and you don't want to pay those big prices for the ornaments. You made it to the end. I hope you feel inspired. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Thanks so much for stopping by. Leave a comment to let me know which was your favorite, and until the next episode, bye friends.